Welcome to PGF Racing. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to talk about a little comment that I saw today on YouTube, basically, and that was a comment that was about full preterism and that it's depressing because if sin's going to be here all the time, what hope do I have? Well, a couple things. First off, our hope should not be for this world. It should be for our eternal hope, the heavenly city, something that we're looking forward to. So first, I would go with that. And then secondly, I would say it's a better hope because if you look at the futurist view, there's a limit. And what I mean by this limit? This limit, is that in heaven or heaven on earth, wherever you want the final destination to be, I believe it's heaven, not earth. But even if you wanted to say, heaven comes down to earth, there's no marriage in that perspective, meaning there'll be no more babies, no more growth to the kingdom. Now, the full preterist view believes that sin will go on forever on earth and that the growth of the kingdom increases until infinity. It can grow to infinity. There's no limit to its growth. Where with a futurist view, there's a limit because there's no more marriage in heaven. I hope that makes sense. So I wanted to look at a couple things just with that in mind. Here we have the PGF Racing website, and it says the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, I really don't think Satan's in play anymore, but I think his after effect and sin is still here on earth today, and we have to deal with that. But Christ came that they may have life and have it abundantly. So there is hope for a good life here and an eternal life, even better hope. So I wanted to show you the website and that you could look at some of these things here. So if you go to the site map, you can see all the articles pretty much on the website. And one I want to talk to you today about is no more sea, and something to think as a futurist what this means. In Revelation 21, it says there's no more sea. So what does that mean? Does it mean there'll be no more water on earth, or does it mean a symbolic separation from God, the sea in the temple and the outer courts? So the sea in the Bible, I believe, symbolizes separation from God, chaos and the outer courts where humanity remained outside his presence or outside the Holy of Holies. Christ's death removed that barrier spiritually, and the destruction of the temple in 70 AD reflected this truth, showing the sea was no longer needed. Now, Revelation 21 depicts the sea as removed entirely, signaling the full uniting of heaven and earth under God's presence. If the sea still existed today, it would mean that humanity remains separated from God and Christ's work is incomplete. Since the spiritual barrier was removed and the temple destroyed, the sea cannot remain, implying that Christ already returned in the first century as he promised in Matthew 16:28 to establish his kingdom. The vision of Revelation 21, therefore, is the fulfillment already realized, not a distant future event. And here we can see in Matthew 16:28, truly I tell you, there are some standing here next to Christ who will not taste of death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Now, the full preterist view is really the only view that offers consistency. All the scriptures align, consistent, and make sense together. With other views, there's combating verses that just don't make sense. So I hope this helps. As always, love you lots. PGF Racing out. Have a great day.